When you're dealing with really difficult people, sometimes it's hard to know if you're the difficult person or they're the difficult person, right? And that can get really confusing, especially if it's a little bit of a gaslighty kind of situation. And also if maybe your side of the street isn't always clean. I'm not calling you out at all. I'm just saying, like, I know in most situations, in DBT we talk about the biosocial model or the transactional model. And the idea with this is my behavior impacts you, your behavior impacts me. So you do something, I react to it. I do something, you react to that. And now we're often in an escalation of behavior if it's a negative kind of interaction. So I kind of feel like the first thing when you're dealing with someone who's really difficult is to make sure your side of the street is clean. So that can involve a lot of different skills, right? But the biggest one to me is that you're making sure that your self-respect is intact. So when you go into an interaction with a difficult person, sometimes we go into those interactions and we freak out. Has that ever happened to you? Yeah. So that's where, like, if you have a skillful response to an unskillful situation, you keep it really clear who's sort of in the wrong, right? If I'm going to use black and white thinking. But once you escalate, everything gets murky, right? So the idea is if you're going into that interaction with another person and you are really making sure that you are regulating your emotions, we have skills for that. We can't cover them all right now, but we will over the course of all of these mini lessons. That you're making sure that you're really clear about why you're having the interaction and what you want from the interaction, and you stay focused on your goal. That's called the MAN skill, M-A-N. Stay mindful, appear confident, be ready to negotiate. And you kind of feel like you know that the way that you behaved and you handled yourself in the interaction, even if you didn't get what you wanted, that you come out of it feeling good about how you behaved. That's kind of the first thing. And you're like, but that doesn't solve the difficult person, right? It doesn't solve the difficult person. It's true. But what it does do is it makes sure that you maintain self-respect. Do you see where that could be really, really important when you're dealing with a difficult person? It also gives you a lot of information about the dynamic. Because at the point that you're really showing up and being skillful, with any luck, that difficult person becomes less difficult. When you know that your side of the street is clean and you are really on your best behavior and things just keep escalating, that gives you a lot of information about that other person, doesn't it? And then you have a lot of difficult decisions to make. I'm so sorry, but that's how that works. But the good news is that often when we're really being skillful, that difficult person, a lot of their difficult behaviors go away. I mean, and you know it's true because when other people are treating you really skillfully, your difficult behaviors go away, right? Again, not trying to call anyone out, but I think it's one of those wise mind things. This is the thing about wise mind, right, in DBT. Every skill that we talk about in DBT is meant to point you to your wise mind, right? Wise mind is always kind, always compassionate, but it also takes responsibility and accountability for our role in things, right? So it's not like a shame-blame situation. It's just a, hey, you know what? I could have handled myself better in that situation, and I'm going to try and work on that and apply skills.